Archangel Michael says, the silence around you tonight is not ordinary. It is heavy, almost pressing against your chest, warning you of what lies hidden beyond the walls. Something unseen is stirring, and you are meant to know before it strikes. You may feel the floor creak when no one is walking, or sense a shadow that lingers longer than it should. These are not accidents, but divine signals for you to remain alert. Do not ignore the subtle chills running down your spine. In this very house, where you should feel safest, a presence has settled quietly. It waits, it observes, and it calculates the perfect moment to reveal itself. The danger is not in another place, it is right where you sleep. Someone connected to this house is not who they appear to be. Their footsteps echo with intentions cloaked in darkness, and their whispers are laced with betrayal. Every corner holds a secret that demands to be uncovered. Type Amen to get blessing 333. The windows, though closed, carry faint vibrations as though hands have brushed against them from the outside. Your spirit feels this intrusion even before your eyes can confirm it. Archangel Michael has placed a shield around you, but he warns you to remain cautious. Every object around you carries energy, and lately, that energy has been shifting. Items move slightly when you are not looking, and the air carries a heaviness unfamiliar to you. You are not imagining these signs, they are real. The walls of this house have heard conversations you were never meant to know. Plans are being made in silence, right under your roof. The person you least suspect is the one threading danger into your path. Tonight is not ordinary, it is a night of revelation. You will feel the truth pressing against your heart stronger than ever. That is heaven guiding you, urging you to act before the danger takes full shape. Type Amen to get blessing 444. Someone close to you has allowed fear and envy to poison their heart. Their actions are not direct yet, but their thoughts already carry harm. They want to shake your peace, to remove the light you carry so powerfully. The house itself seems to resist you. Doors rattle even when locked, and mirrors hold reflections that look too heavy with shadows. This is not coincidence, it is spiritual warfare moving through the place you call home. Archangel Michael says, your angels are already battling for your protection. They fight unseen forces that try to reach you through weak spots in the atmosphere of your home. That is why you feel sudden waves of unease. If you trust the divine guidance, no harm will befall you. But ignoring these warnings gives darkness a door to walk through. Tonight is your chance to close that door completely. Type Amen to get blessing 555. The person behind this danger has been smiling in front of you, but their heart hides intentions you cannot read easily. They act as if they care, but in reality, they measure your every move for their own gain. Their mask is cracking, and soon, their true nature will be undeniable. You may already sense who it is. Their presence brings you discomfort, though you try to dismiss it. That unease is not random, it is your spirit signaling you that this person carries hidden plans. This house has become the stage where their plan unfolds. The longer they linger around you, the closer they get to crossing the line of no return. Yet heaven refuses to let you be blindsided. You are being shown visions through your dreams, flashes of strange moments that make no sense. But each dream is a piece of the puzzle pointing directly at the hidden danger. Type Amen to get blessing 666. The whispers grow louder in the stillness of the night. It feels as though the walls themselves are speaking, carrying messages you were not supposed to hear. These are not echoes but warnings carried through the atmosphere. You will notice unusual movements in the house, objects placed differently than before, lights flickering without reason. This is the sign that the energy is disturbed by the hidden presence. Heaven is letting you know that nothing around you is as calm as it seems. Archangel Michael says, "The shield around you will remain strong if you do not allow fear to weaken your spirit." Your awareness is your greatest weapon right now. Stay awake, because the unseen force thrives when you let your guard down. A secret has been buried in this house long before you noticed it. That secret is slowly unraveling itself through signs and feelings that you can no longer deny. It is closer than you think, waiting to confront you. Type Amen to get blessing 777. The danger is not just physical, it is spiritual. Someone's thoughts have created a cloud over this house, pulling in negative forces that should never have been invited. That energy is feeding off silence and shadows. Even when you try to distract yourself, something inside keeps calling your attention back. It is not paranoia, it is divine guidance pulling you toward the truth. You are meant to see clearly before it becomes too late. There are nights when sleep will not come easily, and you will toss in discomfort. Those nights are signals of battle between light and darkness in your very space. Each restless hour is proof that your spirit is fighting back. The air feels colder in certain rooms, as if an unseen presence lingers longer than it should. That is not coincidence, it is a warning that those spaces carry the core of what is hidden. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Someone has entered your life only to test how strong your light is. They pretend loyalty, but their eyes wander with suspicion. Their energy never aligns with yours, and heaven is showing you that clearly now. This person has left behind small clues, careless signs of their hidden intentions. Words they spoke casually now carry double meanings, and their silence speaks even louder than their presence. Everything they do is designed to mislead you. Archangel Michael says, when betrayal hides close, heaven always pushes it into the open. That is why you are feeling restless and unsettled in your own home. The divine is revealing the unseen danger so you will not be surprised. You are not alone in this house, even when you think you are. The danger moves quietly, but your spirit has already recognized its presence. Trust that instinct, it is heaven's way of preparing you. Type Amen to get blessing 999. The doors you close are not keeping out everything. Some energies slip through like smoke, flowing in from the very people you trusted. This is how the hidden danger entered your life, it was welcomed without you realizing it. The walls have stored memories of arguments, betrayals, and whispered lies. They are replaying those energies now, pressing against your spirit so that you cannot ignore them anymore. What was hidden must now be brought into light. At night, when everything is quiet, you will hear faint sounds as though someone is moving carefully. This is not your imagination, it is the manifestation of the danger that has already taken its place. Heaven is calling your attention before it manifests more strongly. The blessing is that you are protected. The danger may exist, but it cannot overpower the shield heaven has placed over you. Still, you must remain alert to every signal around you. Type Amen to get blessing 111. The floorboards remember footsteps that never belonged to the family that lives here now. A scent sometimes rises from the corners, elusive and old, stirring memories that are not yours to claim. Your heart tightens as these little betrayals of the house begin to speak louder than words. Night opens like a theater curtain to scenes you did not cast and characters you never invited. Lamps glow with a stubbornness that seems determined to reveal what daylight has hidden. Every creak now feels purposeful, as if the house itself is trying to guide your eyes to the truth. Listen to the way shadows gather at the base of the stairs, pooling like spilled ink that refuses to be wiped away. Those dark shapes are attentive, waiting for a moment when your guard slips and your attention thins. Your presence interrupts their plan, and that is why they watch you closely. Old photographs on the mantel have faces that appear slightly altered when you look away and return. A frame that leaned one way now faces another, as if someone is rearranging memories to suit a secret script. The subtle edits are calls to wakefulness, reminders that nothing stays static in a house that hides danger. Type Amen to get blessing 222. A single chair in the living room seems to hold a pressure, a heaviness even when it stands empty. Sit there for a moment and you will feel the room tighten around you, not with malice but with expectation. That pressure is a sign that past intentions are still present and waiting to be understood. Curtains that once fluttered gently now move with a purpose that does not belong to wind. They gesture toward corners that were previously overlooked and insist that you notice what you have ignored. In those folds of fabric, secrets find refuge until someone remembers to open the shutters of truth. A radio left on low sometimes hums fragments of conversations that never occurred in this room. These faint transmissions are not random, they are echoes of plans and whispers that were meant to remain secret. Your spirit picks up the frequency of those hidden words and translates them into a steady unease. Keys disappear and reappear in places you are certain you never left them. That is the handiwork of someone testing boundaries and planting doubt. Each misplaced item is a breadcrumb intended to mislead you or measure your reaction. Type Amen to get blessing 121. You will find a note once, later, half burned at the edge of a drawer, words blurred by smoke but intent still legible. The note acts like a breadcrumb map to a motive, bits of handwriting that betray urgency and a hurried conscience. This small discovery will be the first visible proof that the danger is not imagination. Footsteps at midnight will pause beneath your window for just a breath, long enough for you to feel the house hold its breath with you. Those pauses are testing points, moments when the hidden presence gauges whether your resolve is steady or fraying. Your calm in those breaths weakens the danger's hold and strengthens the protection woven around you. Strange marks will appear on a back door, as if someone traced routes they will later walk. These markings are not symbolic ritual but practical mapping, a plan laid on wood and paint to guide actions when the house sleeps. When you see these signs, treat them as maps that must be undone immediately. A pet or a plant will respond to what you cannot see, refusing rooms that used to be their favorites. Animals and living things sense energy shifts before the mind can name them, and their new reluctance is a faithful alarm. Honor their instincts by changing your movement through the house accordingly and by keeping them near. Type Amen to get blessing 424. The person who brought this danger close once carried a soft smile that now hardens at odd times. Their laughter used to warm rooms and now sometimes chills the air, as if practiced at keeping secrets. Watch their hands for small, furtive gestures that reveal hidden transactions. You will discover a small cache of receipts tucked between pages of a magazine, payments that do not add up to the explanations given. Those transactions will trace a path to someone else's involvement and show that more is at stake than possessions alone. This ledger of deceit will be a key piece in unmasking the plot. A sudden silence in the house will follow your arrival home, as if everyone and everything is holding a single, collective breath. That silence is not peace, it is the hush that precedes an action decided in the dark. Do not mistake it for normalcy, because it is the calm before the next move. When you light a candle in the kitchen, the flame will pull toward a corner of the ceiling as if trying to show you a suspended truth. Small things like this are signs given in plain language for those who are willing to read them with care. Follow those subtle pulls and they will lead you to what must be revealed. Type Amen to get blessing 535. Later, you will notice a pattern in the timing of disturbances, a rhythm that repeats at precise intervals. That rhythm is not random but coordinated, a timetable for steps that someone else plans to take. By noting the cadence, you can anticipate and interrupt what they intend to do. People who mean to harm do not always come with loud threats, they often arrive with gentle insistence and helpfulness. Their help masks a deeper motive, and each act of kindness becomes a strand in the net they weave around you. Recognize generosity that asks for excess access as a red flag. Mirrors will sometimes reflect a room as if seen through someone else's memory, a tiny displacement in reality that makes familiar places feel foreign for a breath. These moments are gifts of perception, letting you glimpse what another has left behind. Use those flashes to gather evidence and to fortify the places most vulnerable. A hidden drawer will yield a recording device when you least expect it, reminding you that conversations considered private were never truly private. That device will be proof of who has been listening, proving intentions that can no longer be denied. Guard your words and watch for where trust has been misplaced. Type Amen to get blessing 646. The air near the attic will sometimes carry a metallic tang, like the memory of something moved and never returned. That taste in the air signals where items of importance have been shifted and possibly hidden. Search those high places with caution and with the knowledge that discoveries there will change everything. A cellar door left slightly ajar will be the threshold of a plan that needs darkness to proceed. Light that reaches even the first step will unnerve those who meant to use the dark in their favor. Bring light boldly into the cellar and let the house cleanse itself of the shadows that cling there. You will find small personal items relocated from place to place, a watch here, a pen there, each movement designed to make you doubt your memory. These manipulations aim to loosen your trust in your own senses. Reclaim your confidence by documenting where things belong and by restoring order deliberately and openly. When you call out a name and hear no answer, listen for the echo that returns with a slight delay, as if someone else is shaping the room's reply. That rhythm of response is the presence testing its influence on the space. Your voice, steady and unafraid, breaks that rhythm and weakens what hides here. Type Amen to get blessing 757. Keep doors visibly secured and announce when you will move through the house, taking back the element of surprise from those who plan to use it. Your declared movement is a tool that disrupts the timing of anyone trying to manipulate your routine. Make noise with purpose and let the house respond to your authority. If you feel tired suddenly, do not assume it is weariness alone, because exhaustion can be a tactic to cloud judgment. Rest in places where others can see you and ensure light stay on in rooms where you need clarity. Your alertness is a barrier that protects the tender parts of your life from being seized. Collect the small clues into a single place, a notebook or a folder that becomes your map of signs and evidence. When the picture completes, it will show the pattern that points to a person or a motive. That assembled truth is the moment when darkness loses its disguise. Finally, know that you are being watched over even as you watch for danger, and that every sign you notice is a nudge from a protection that refuses to let harm prevail. Stay steady in the face of unease, and let your actions be deliberate and brave. Your home will breathe easier once the hidden is brought into the clear light of truth. Type Amen to get blessing 868. The storm inside this house is silent, yet it rattles everything you thought was safe. The walls hum at night with vibrations that carry no explanation, only warnings. Each sound, each flicker of light, is a reminder that you are not alone here. You feel a weight pressing on you whenever you pass certain rooms, as though eyes are following. That heaviness is not imagination, it is the danger trying to make you doubt yourself. The more you resist fear, the weaker its hold becomes. The staircase groans differently now, not from age but from footsteps that are not your own. There is a rhythm to the creaks, like someone rehearsing a secret descent. The pattern is a message: be vigilant, for the unseen has already crossed the threshold. Even the air tastes different, carrying with it a sharpness that unsettles your chest. That is how heaven warns you, through sensations the mind cannot explain but the soul recognizes. Archangel Michael says, every sign you feel is protection guiding you. Type Amen to get blessing 979. Objects that once felt ordinary now carry strange energy when you touch them. A cup feels too cold, a chair feels heavy, and keys seem to hum faintly in your hand. These are not objects betraying you, they are signals heaven is using to alert you. Someone has planted intentions in the atmosphere of this house. They come quietly, masking their true purpose with false smiles and shallow concern. But their shadow lingers even after they leave, and your spirit catches what your eyes cannot. The danger does not shout, it whispers. It moves with patience, creeping through routine, hoping you will dismiss it as coincidence. But every whisper becomes a roar when you finally piece the truth together. At night, when you lie down, you will feel the bed shift lightly as if unseen weight has pressed against it. Do not ignore this. That movement is a warning that you are being watched even in your most vulnerable state. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. Dreams will become vivid, showing faces you know but twisted with betrayal. In those visions, heaven reveals what the waking world tries to hide. Pay attention, those dreams are your shield before reality fully exposes them. The kitchen will no longer feel like a place of comfort. You will sense hurried movements there, as if someone passed through seconds before you entered. That rush of energy is proof that the danger is not just near, it is already inside. You will discover small scratches on the back door, marks that do not match the patterns of weather or time. They are deliberate, etched by hands that tested the boundaries of your home. Do not overlook these, they are evidence of intent. The phone may ring once and then fall silent, calls cut off before you answer. This is not random, it is someone ensuring you remain uneasy, keeping you distracted while they plan their next move. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. The curtains sway as if stirred by more than air. That unseen force is showing you exactly where it enters. If you follow the movement, you will trace it back to the person who carried it into your space. Heaven allows these disturbances so you will no longer live blind. The truth that hides in shadows has overstayed its welcome, and the angels are pushing it into the light. Every disruption is a step closer to full revelation. You may already suspect who stands behind this danger. Their laughter feels hollow, their eyes shift quickly, and their kindness arrives only when convenient. These are the cracks in their disguise, now too wide to ignore. Archangel Michael says, "You are not alone in this fight. The shield of heaven is upon you, stronger than the darkness that creeps through your house. But you must remain awake, for your awareness is the sword that cuts the lies." Type Amen to get blessing 3030. The house breathes with a history that reaches into the rooms where you now live. Each inhalation and exhalation of its memory nudges you toward truths that were once muted and are now demanding air. Your steady steps through its halls are reclaiming the space for safety and light. Walls once silent now hum with layered conversations that never belonged solely to this time. Those layered voices fold into the quiet and make certain corners feel heavier than others. Moving through those corners with purpose breaks the pattern that darkness relies on. A lamp left on in the hallway will reveal a smear on the floor that was placed there deliberately to mislead. That smear is a minor deception that points to a larger design to unsettle your mind and measure your reactions. Clearing it away changes the measure and removes one more tool from the hands of those who plotted. Neighbors may seem unaware, but their glances sometimes carry the weight of knowledge they choose to hide. Their silence is not always negligence, but occasionally a shield for secrets they fear to expose. When the house's truth comes out, these glances will rearrange into clarity and you will see who stood with you and who stood against you. Type Amen to get blessing 4040. Phones left charging will sometimes register a barely caught vibration, an attempt at contact that does not name itself. That phantom signal is a reminder that connection can be used as a bridge for risk as well as for help. Treat every unexpected link with guarded resolve and redirect channels to those you know are faithful. When you rearrange furniture intentionally, you disturb the careful lines someone else drew secretly. That disturbance weakens plans that depended on the predictability of your routines. Let your movements be purposeful and your presence unmistakable. A photograph will shift inexplicably, turn slightly toward a corner where it did not belong, pointing to a shelf you have not checked. That tiny reorientation will lead you to an envelope tucked behind the frame with names and dates that unravel motive. Each small uncovering stitches another piece of the pattern into sight. A shadow in the hallway will move differently when you pass, lagging behind your rhythm as if attempting to mirror and then to overtake. That lag is the mark of an energy trying to learn you so it may manipulate you. Keep your timing irregular so the shadow cannot anticipate your steps. Type Amen to get blessing 5050. Kitchen drawers will reveal utensils arranged in a code you did not place, a silent language for those who meant to coordinate things in your absence. That deliberate order is not culinary but tactical, a sign that access to your life was being organized. Undo those arrangements and replace them with openness and shared knowledge to expose the design. You will find a single shoe left near the back door that does not match any pair in the house, an item once used to create the illusion of movement. That planted evidence was intended to misdirect and to lay the groundwork for a false trail. Removing it and noting its presence will prevent future manipulations from finding purchase. Footprints in soft dust near the windows will be abrupt and precise, not the casual marks of wildlife but careful steps mapped by someone who practiced silence. Those footprints tell a story of deliberate rehearsals and give you the timing needed to anticipate further attempts. Record them quietly and bring light to them at once. A timer will be found tucked behind a book, its battery half spent and its face set to an hour you do not recognize. The mere presence of a timing device is proof that preparedness for an action once existed in this house. Dispose of it safely and let your declaration of light remove its purpose. Type Amen to get blessing 6060. The person who belongs to the danger will sometimes leave a door cracked intentionally to draw you into a pattern of complacency. That slight gap is a test to see if you will ignore the tiny signals that matter. Shut it decisively and make that small motion a habit of reclaiming the household's boundaries. A calendar pinned on a wall will hold dates circled faintly in pencil that do not match your schedule, quiet marks of planning that expect your absence. Those penciled rings are an invitation to be out of sync with safety. Cross them out publicly and let your new schedule be a shield. A lamp in the guest room will emit a subtle buzz when certain names are spoken within earshot, a resonance that betrays eavesdropping. That hum is an effect of devices or presence designed to listen rather than to comfort. Change the place of meeting and speak in spaces where witness and transparency remove the advantage of secrecy. Small bundles of string tied beneath tables will be discovered, knots that once served to measure distances or to hold things in place for unseen hands. Those knots act as reminders that people intended to map the house in ways you did not consent to. Untie them deliberately and make the mapping known so it has no further power. Type Amen to get blessing 7070.